Good morning, everyone. This morning's devotional text is the book of Proverbs. We are in chapter 2. In the first chapter, we were introduced to the concept that all wisdom and all knowledge comes only from God, and apart from God, we're nothing. In this chapter, Solomon now emphasizes that wisdom and knowledge do not come to us by accident. It is something we are called to seek. In the first few verses, we see some key words demanding action from us. Words such as listen to what I say, or tune your ears to wisdom, or concentrate on understanding. I like this one. Cry out for insight, or search as you would for silver. There's a sense of urgency. But if we do indeed take that urgency seriously, there is a benefit. And it begins at verse 5 where it says, "Then you will understand what it means to fear the Lord, and you will gain knowledge of God. For the Lord grants wisdom. From his mouth comes knowledge and understanding." It is God that grants us wisdom. It is God that will give us insights and knowledge. But there are forces around us that would attempt to draw us away. So as you read on in this chapter, you'll see a discussion of evil, things that might try to draw you away, and wisdom would reject those things. But there's something that happens at verse 16 that's important to notice. Verse 16, we read this: "Wisdom will save you from the immoral woman, from the seductive words of the promiscuous woman. She has abandoned her husband and ignores the covenant she made before God." Wisdom in chapter 1 was personified as a woman. And in fact, the Greek word for wisdom is Sophia. But now we find this other woman, this woman who would attempt to seduce us and draw us off the path of wisdom. Now, we could choose to read this literally and think that this is somehow about broken marriages, and that wouldn't be wrong to do so, but there's probably something else going on in Solomon's mind. And that is this: God is the one who made a covenant with humanity. We are the bride, and he's the bridegroom. In this case, the woman who has rejected her covenant are those who have rejected their relationship with God. And let's face it, we have those people in our lives. Those who are not trying to follow the way of Jesus Christ. Those who are not trying to follow God's teachings. And they would attempt to draw you away from the teachings you know to be true. That seduction is what can get us all twisted up if we're not careful. But Solomon offers a solution. He says, in addition to just trying to stay focused on wisdom in the first place, at verse 20, he writes this: "Follow the steps of good men instead, and stay on the paths of the righteous." What Solomon is suggesting is that if we surround ourselves by others who take their commitment to God seriously, that we will encourage one another to stay focused on the light of Christ. Yes, there are those that would draw us away. But when we surround ourselves by people who are seeking to live the same life, that's not to say that we're going to get it perfect and right, but we have a whole lot better chance. And God's love will penetrate into that. And so, the take-home lesson for us as you read this chapter is that we are to seek God for wisdom, and that as we face the temptations that the world would throw at us, that we should surround ourselves by others who also seek God's wisdom. Together we can be that cloud of witnesses that shines light into the darkness and brings love to the lives of others. That is indeed our calling. Have a great day, everyone.
If these devotional videos are helpful to you, subscribe to our channel and click the notification button so you know when we post a new video. And of course, please share them with others.